Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. Yes, you read the title right. How to crush your testosterone levels to the ground. I'm talking below 200 nanogram per deciliter castration levels. I know what you're thinking. Who in their right mind who want to crush the testosterone levels? But you'd be surprised, guys. Some guys out there actually want to crush the testosterone levels for reasons I'll mention later on in the video. But if you, the opposite, if you actually want to keep your T levels high, just do the reverse of this list. But long story short, here are the top 10 ways to absolutely crush your T levels instantly. I'm talking about within 2 to 3 days. And I know this from experience, guys, because I have a funny story. I'll probably tell you guys some other day, but this happened to me at least two or three times. Back when I was in college and also in early 2020 when I just did a lot of these things, obviously by accident, it wasn't on purpose, and my T levels went down to shit. I felt like crap. I was tired, lethargic all the time. In fact, they went as low as 150 nanogram per deciliter, which is unbelievably low. You guys know the range is 300 to 1,000. If you want to feel like a king, you want to have a ton of energy, a lot of motivation, a lot of aggression, positive aggression, of course, to get shit done. You ideally want to be higher than 600, right? The closer you are to 700, 800 nanogram per deciliter, the more you're going to feel like Superman. The closer you are to 300, the more you're going to feel like shit. I was at 150, guys. And sure enough, I did a lot of things on this list. So, again, long story short, guys, if you want to keep your T levels high, avoid these things. If you want to keep them low, for example, even though I don't recommend TRT, there's a lot of guys, believe it or not, that message me and they're like, hey, Megan, I'm trying to get TRT, but you guys know how it works. Your levels have to be extremely low for you to qualify, for your doctor to prescribe. So a lot of people, believe it or not, try to lower their T levels, which, once again, you guys know I'm against TRT, but who the fuck am I to tell you what to do with your life? So this video might help these guys. All right, so let's get started with, obviously, I'm about to nut category, right? Cut your sleep down to 5 hours or less. In less than 2 to 3 days, your T levels will go down to shit. And it's common sense. Again, most of your testosterone production happens at night. So sleep less than 6 hours, maybe 4 to 5, you will feel it within 2 days. Your T levels will go to shit. So once again, for the guys who are watching the video because they want to increase their T levels, obviously do the opposite. Number two, once again, in I'm about to nut categories, reduce your caloric intake extremely low, right? So if you bring your caloric intake down to below your BMR, so let's say below 1500, depending on your body weight, whatever, um, ideally around 500 calories, your T levels will get crushed, right? And I explain why. One of your hypothalamus keeps very close watch on your blood sugar levels and also your energy status. The moment you dip too low, your hypothalamus starts to slow down on gonadotropin releasing hormone production. I mean, it makes sense, right? Testosterone leads to things that burn energy, right? Increase protein synthesis, increase aggression, increase productivity. That's the last thing you want when you malnourished or when you're in a heavy caloric deficit. So one of the number one ways to crush your testosterone levels is to cut your calories extremely low. It's the same thing in humans, in rats, in monkeys, all primates, which is another reason why I'm heavily against people trying to shred and trying to get super lean and shit. You guys are, naturally, of course, you guys are crushing your testosterone levels. Next, excessive cardio. One of the fastest ways to crush your testosterone levels is to do 2 to 3 hours of excessive cardio. Not walking, right? Just basic walking. That's actually going to increase your testosterone levels a little bit, right? Because it's going to help you lower cortisol. But running, like marathon style running or just doing high intense cardio for 2 to 3 hours, that shit will spike cortisol so much that your T levels are going to plummet. Remember, guys, cortisol and testosterone are always at odds with each other. They compete for synthesis. Obviously, they have the same precursor, which is cholesterol and pregnenolone. But they also compete for activity within the body and binding site. So the more you increase cortisol, the less testosterone your body is going to make and the less activity testosterone is going to have overall in your body. So 2 to 3 hours of intense cardio, that will crush your testosterone levels. Again, same thing in fucking amazing. Training for more than 2 to 3 hours while doing everything else I mentioned on this list, right? So training while you're in a heavy, heavy caloric deficit, very little sleep, after long cardio, this shit would actually do the opposite. It will actually crush your testosterone levels. Keep in mind, this is only catabolic if you in a low caloric state and you're deficient in the things I'm going to mention later, right? Don't get confused. Training hard, training for 2 hours, there's nothing wrong with that if you well nourished, well slept, well hydrated. But if you're not, then it's actually the opposite. Your T levels are going to plummet. Dehydration, I'm going to put that okay. Again, this is mainly to increase cortisol like crazy. If you're dehydrated, obviously cortisol is going to go through the roof. Myostatin is going to go up, blah, blah, blah. And testosterone activity is going to be impaired. So again, you want to crush your testosterone levels, dehydrate yourself. Next, alcohol. Fucking amazing. One of the fastest ways to crush testosterone production is to drink a fuck ton of liquor. Your T levels will get crushed, mainly through the synthesis pathway, right? Your body's going to make, your Leydig cells are going to make less testosterone, depending on the amount of ethanol in your body. Also, a lot of the enzymes that synthesize testosterone are going to be impaired. In short, you want to castrate yourself temporarily, drink a fuck ton of alcohol. Next, in I'm about to nut category. Guys, remember, the stuff in the I'm about to nut category are the things that are going to crush your testosterone more than anything else lower on the list, all right? This one, fat intake. Drastically lowering your fat intake, let's say less than 20 to 10 grams per day, especially saturated fats. This will destroy your testosterone levels, right? That's one of the reasons why I'm against very low fat diets. Guys, remember, testosterone is made from cholesterol, right? Your body has no other way of producing testosterone. That's one of the reasons why out of all three macros, carbs, protein, fats, the one that has the highest correlation with testosterone production is fat, right? Especially saturated fat, cholesterol intake. Your body cannot make testosterone without cholesterol. So many people fail to get that. Now, your liver will try to make cholesterol to try to offset the fact that your diet is very low in it. But reducing your dietary cholesterol, your dietary saturated fats is going to drastically reduce the speed at which your body makes testosterone, right? Because once again, your liver will have to overcompensate by making a ton of cholesterol to try to make up for your deficiency. So you want to crush your T levels, reduce your fat intake to less than 10 grams per day. Next, also in fucking amazing, at the very top of fucking amazing, drastically reduce your vitamins and minerals, right? Especially zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, and that obviously includes sunlight, right? A lot of you guys keep forgetting that sunlight is how your body prefers to make vitamin D. So avoid sunlight, avoid vitamin D, avoid zinc, magnesium, vitamin C, right? Because one of the things that your body needs to optimally produce testosterone is an environment that is free of free radicals, right? So reducing your vitamin C intake is going to make it so that your Leydig cells are constantly surrounded by free radicals, which obviously impair testosterone synthesis. Same thing with zinc, magnesium, all that stuff. Your body needs all of these vitamins and minerals to produce testosterone. Next, competition. I'm going to put that in okay, right? Avoid competition, especially winning. Don't fucking win. The reason I'm putting that in okay is because competing and winning gives you a temporary spike in testosterone, and shortly after that, it goes back to baseline. So that's why I'm putting it at okay, because, it's doing the reverse, meaning not competing, not winning. It's not going to drastically lower your testosterone. It's just going to stop it from obviously increasing temporarily. So that's why I'm putting it down here, right? It's not as effective as the things higher on the list. And obviously the reverse is also true. Competing and especially winning is going to give you a huge spike in testosterone, which again is temporary. After a while, it's going to come back down. Unless you win something really, really, really big, then you're going to have a longer lasting increase in testosterone. Anyway, watch my video on competition and the effect that it has on testosterone and things like that. And last but not least, I'm going to put this one at fucking amazing. Avoid women, especially beautiful women, of course, at all costs, right? Because the research is so clear on that. Just being around a beautiful woman, being around attractive women increases the fuck out of your testosterone. In one study, I'm going to make a video. In one study, it was as high as like, I think 70% of some shit. Right, the average for the group was 30%, and some of the guys got up to a 70% increase. To put that in perspective, that's bringing your testosterone levels from 500 nanogram per deciliter up to 800. That is fucking massive. That is a huge spike, and this is just from interacting with attractive women. So the reverse is also true. You want to crush your testosterone levels, stay the fuck away from women. You can surround yourself with an ugly ass chick. I don't know the research behind that one, but you definitely want to avoid interaction with women. Like I said, especially attractive ones, because that will spike the shit out of your testosterone. And of course, just like everything else, eventually your T levels are going to slowly come back down once you separate yourself from those women. But you get the point. All right, that's the list. If you want to crush your testosterone levels down below 200 or 300 nanogram per deciliter in just a few days, this is the list for you. And obviously, if you're trying to increase your testosterone levels, which is what we all after in Team 3D Alpha, you want to avoid making these mistakes. All right, guys, hope the video helps. Don't forget to join the Reddit. See you guys in the comment section. All right, guys, don't forget to like or share the video, subscribe and hit the bell, and buy my HSP Nucleus Overload Training Program. It's the ultimate program for maximum muscle growth. It includes full body workouts, splits, bro splits, push-pull, home workouts, you name it. Also comes with a complete guide for macros, nutrition, fat loss, muscle growth, hormones, including a meal plan. It's pretty much all my 16 years of experience condensed into one fucking book. You're also going to get free copies of any future edition. So visit team3dalpha.com and you can use the 40% off coupon code Nucleus Overload. Or you could just buy the shit at full price. Alright guys, I'm out of here.